everyone, what is up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ella and in today's video we are going to be doing a life update / Q&A / general catch up. Now, a lot has happened in the past few weeks. A lot has happened, both in my personal life and obviously in the world generally, and I just feel like I don't even know what to say at this point. I feel like everyone is so downtrodden and low at the moment, myself included, and I just feel like it would be nice to just have a little catch up. Now, just before we get into this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to join my little YouTube family that we've got going on here. I would love to have you, and without further ado, let's get into the video. I think the first thing that I really want to talk about in this video is mental health, for numerous reasons. I think there is a distinctly different feeling at the start of this lockdown than there was at the first. I am currently at my home in St Albans, but I will be going back to my home in Nottingham before lockdown starts. But the reason I came home was genuinely because I felt so suffocated at uni. But essentially, I had a lot of expectations going into this academic year. And although I knew that coronavirus and the pandemic was still absolutely going to be a thing, for some reason I still thought that we would get to retain some sense of normality. When I first went back to university, all the bars were still open, there was no rule of 6, no 10 PM curfew, and at that time things genuinely felt really normal, to be completely honest. It's only really been in the last month or so where things have really started to feel weird. I had to self-isolate for like 3.5 to 4 weeks, and my mental health just went whoom, like I was not in a good place at all. And so I made the decision to come home for a few weeks to sort myself out before I go back to university. I feel like mental health is such a complicated, tricky thing, and especially during this pandemic, it just feels like an uphill battle, and I know I won't be alone in saying that. I think the biggest thing I want to say is that you are not alone in how you're feeling. We are all in this together, and whilst I am sick of hearing that at this point, but we are. So the next thing I want to talk about is my post-uni plans. So as you know, for the longest time I've wanted to do a master's at City University in London. I have wanted to do that for as long as I can remember, and that is still very much a dream and goal of mine. However, I've made the decision that next year I will not be doing my masters. I am in fact going to be taking a gap year. I never thought that I would be the kind of person to take a gap year, I'm not gonna lie. It was never on the cards for me, it was never in the books. But if I'm being honest, I have a feeling that this pandemic is going to go on for a lot longer than we think it will. I think by next September it's still not all going to be normal. I think my thing is that I just don't want to do a broadcast journalism course, which is meant to be very practical. It's all meant to be placements and practical work and, you know, all that kind of thing. I don't want to do a very practical degree online. Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me, and it's just not what I want to do. I'd rather wait until the universities can regain some sense of normality, and then I will go when everything has calmed down a little bit, I think. But I am so excited to be taking a gap year. I have so many different plans and so many things that I want to do. I am going to be applying for internships, trainee schemes. I am going to, of course, be working very hard on my YouTube channel, as I always do. The content is going to get ramped up like 1,000,000%. I'm also hoping to do a little bit of travelling. I'd quite like to go backpacking around Europe, you know, or go backpacking around somewhere, I'm not sure yet, but that's definitely something that I want to look into doing for a month or two. And yeah, it's very exciting times. It's gonna be a journey, and I cannot believe that I am actually going to be taking a gap year, because I just never thought that I was ever going to. It was never on the cards for me. But I'm very excited for it. Obviously, as I get closer to starting my gap year, I will talk in more detail about what I'm actually going to do, because right now I'm not that sure what the plan is, but I am excited to get started. I was actually meant to do a tipsy Q&A a few weeks ago, but the footage corrupted, so I have a load of questions that you guys did actually ask me, and I'm going to answer it now. Okay, what do women like from a guy on a date? Like, where to go, what to do, who should pay, etc. So I actually have thought about this. So I can only talk from like what I personally like. So every girl is different. I'm not going to speak for every girl, because this is not all girls, it's just what I like. But I personally like it when, if a guy asks me on a date, I like it when they already have a place in mind. I don't want them to let me choose. I want them to say, I want them to be like, can I take you to this bar at this time on this day? I like to be very direct and very like assertive, because I think that bodes well for the rest of the relationship, an assertive guy. I personally don't mind dinner dates, but like for a first date, I think going for drinks or going for a coffee is much more chill. I think I personally would like reserve dinner dates for like the second date, only because dates are so nerve-wracking anyway. I don't want to have to worry about, you know, having stinky breath. And who should pay? Well, this is a very much contested question. I used to very much be from the school of thought that we should always like pay equally. However, as I've gotten older, I don't necessarily think that the guy should pay, but I do think that it is a very nice gesture if they do pay. I do think that I personally think it just bodes well for the rest of the relationship. Like, they're willing to sort of put themselves out to impress you. Okay, so also still branching off the old single dating vibes. How are you liking single life? Okay, so it's been an absolute journey the past 6 months or so since I broke up with my ex. It's been an absolute journey and a half, as I've documented on this YouTube channel. You guys have seen me from the very beginning to now, where I'm in a much better place. I honestly love single life. I'm not afraid to admit it, you know. I absolutely just love the freedom that comes with single life. Obviously it's hard at the moment with the pandemic to meet people, but I've been enjoying just getting to know people, having a laugh, having fun. Like, life is just so much more carefree, and it just feels like there are endless possibilities to my day. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I've gotten so much closer with the friends I already had, and I've also made so many new friends. Like, I've made so many new best friends in the past 6 months that I would now consider to be like my closest people, and I just think that is amazing, you know? Okay, so I'm living in a 2-bed house with my ex. Help. That is awful. Oh my god, I could not live with an ex. That would be so awful. That would be so awful. One of my best friends actually used to live with her ex, and she said it was just the most awful thing of her life, and I can imagine it would be awful. Honestly, girl, I'd just say move out. It's not hard to find a new place. I would just move out. Life is too short to be having to deal with that. Just move out and find a new place. Don't live with your ex. That is hell on earth. And honestly, hats off to you for doing it, but also don't put yourself through that. Breakups are hard enough without having to see them every day, and you need to take yourself out of those toxic situations if you are to grow. So, okay, next question. Nottingham Trent boys or Nottingham uni boys? I would say they're actually like, they're both two very different breeds. Like, I know that probably sounds like quite stereotypical, but on my life, they're very different. I've only ever really been with uni of boys, like uni of Nottingham boys, so I can't really speak to Nottingham Trent boys. There's definitely been like Nottingham Trent boys that I thought were attractive and like I would get with. I don't know, I guess at this point I have to say uni of, because I've never got with Nottingham Trent, but I'll keep you informed, you never know. What is your opinion on being friends with benefits? Love your videos, by the way. Thank you so much. I think friends with benefits is all well and good until one of you goes and gets feelings, and then it ruins the friendship, and then you end up falling out. There are two likely outcomes to friends with benefits. A, friends with benefits turns into a relationship. B, it turns into one of you getting feelings that aren't reciprocated, and you end up falling out, and one of you ends up getting hurt and getting your heart broken. So I personally don't really ever think that friends with benefits is a good idea. I think in theory it sounds great, but honestly it's never really a good idea. I think it always ends up in someone getting hurt. It always ends up in drama. Yeah, I feel like it's a very dodgy situation to involve yourself in. Next question. Do you ever have people trying to get with you purely because of YouTube? I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't think anyone's ever tried to get with me because of YouTube. But I guess truthfully, how would I know? I don't think they would tell me if that had been the case. Thus far, I don't think so, but I will be sure to update you if I ever do get played like that. Hopefully I don't, because that would be very horrible. Okay, next question. How to be a bad bitch. Okay, so as my friend Oshan would say, bitch stands for being in total control of herself. Being a bad bitch means putting yourself first always, and always listening to your needs, and being the strong, gorgeous, independent, intelligent, brave, courageous women we know we can be. Honestly, bad bitch energy resonates so much with me. Like when I'm feeling down, I always say to my friends, I need to find my bad bitch energy. Where's my bad bitch energy gone? Because I lose it sometimes, then I'm like, I need it back. I would say constantly focus on your own self-evolution, your own self-growth, self-love, self-worth, all of that kind of thing. And I genuinely think that is how you maintain bad bitch status. I'm just thinking like of like all my friends who I would consider to be bad bitches, and that is exactly the kind of thing that I envisage. It's just absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, backing yourself. And with all of that, I'm going to round up today's video. I hope that you've enjoyed catching up with me and having a little bit of a chat, a little bit of a gossip, a little bit of a girly gossip. Just sitting down and chatting to the camera feels so weird, like for no purpose other than to just chat to you guys. But honestly, I've loved this video, so I might film more. Let me know if you want me to film more videos like this. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you would like a notification every time I upload a new video. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, then my handle is ella.houghton. Follow me on there for all the most up-to-date information on what is going on in my life, and follow me on TikTok. My handle is ella.houghton and the last O is a 0. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!